Okay, we are live. We are live. We are live. All right, let's give it like 2 minutes or so, and then we'll go ahead and get started. We will go ahead and get started in 2 minutes. Maybe I should share this link here. Yeah, that would be good to do. All right, we got a guest. We got a guest. Let's go. All right, we're gonna get started in about a minute or so. We'll go ahead and get started with this live stream, this opening. All right. Hello, what is up, Freeze Flame? What is up? We're gonna get started here in a minute, man. Got this box of mystery cars to open up. Yeah. Yes. You're gonna have a class in the college. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Score Bunny? Score Bunny, is that the Score Bunny from Pokemon? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. JC, what's up, man? What is up? Gonna start in about 30 seconds here. 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Hope your guys' Fridays are going well. And happy Labor Day to everyone in the US. Happy Labor Day. This is, thank God, we got a 3-day weekend. What is up, Linda? The teacher's crazy and doesn't have a life after the job. Ah. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here. So first of all, thank you guys. It's Labor Day in the USA? No, not yet. Not yet. It is not. It is Labor Day on Monday, but it's Labor Day weekend, which means we have a 3-day weekend. So we are at 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you guys so much for helping me get over this hump. Definitely a big milestone. Really exciting to be at this. And definitely, pushes me to make better content for you guys, but definitely wouldn't be possible without any of you. So Q&A will be coming soon. I put a community post out on my channel. So if you guys want to have any questions that you want to get answered in the Q&A video, certainly can do that, and you guys definitely will get a shout out. Yep. Can you make a video about Hot Wheels Import Nights? Hot Wheels Import Nights. Is that a set or something? But today, this is what we're going to be opening up right here. This is a mystery box. So this mystery box right here, I did know about some. Thank you, Accelerators. Thank you so much. This right here, this box was something that I got on eBay. Now I picked out like a bunch of cars, but then like the seller like refunded me like a little bit of money. So they took out some cars, and quite frankly, I ordered these cars like 2 weeks ago. So like I don't know, first of all, which cars are left in here, and then also like what else, what cars they took out and such. I don't remember what I ordered. I don't remember what he took out. So we're gonna find that out together. I thought this would be like a great live stream. So we're gonna do that, and then when I open these up here, we can kind of walk through some of the cars that are in the collection, or some of the other castings of these models that are in my collection as well. And then we can do, just some hanging out and such here on this Friday night. So let's go ahead and let's open up this box, shall we? All right. I've been waiting for this one for a minute. Honestly, I've been waiting for this package to come in for like 2 weeks now. So actually, it kind of worked out that we're going to do it on this live stream right here. So here we go. What's the best fantasy casting? Well, you're going to have to wait until one of my other videos. Or you can ask that in my my Q&A video, because honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know if I would be able to answer that. I would have to put some good thinking into it. All right, so what's in the box here? So we got a bunch of castings, and, we're going to just walk through them. I'm just going to grab random ones out, and we're going to see what they are. Okay, so first of all, we have this one right here. Looks like a Maelstrom. Yep, it's a Maelstrom. Ah, okay. So this is the Black Track Stars, or Track Set exclusive Maelstrom. It looks so crazy in this black color right here. I love how every collector has some sort of parking, but I know, right? Literally. Literally, these are so great. Is yours also from Dream Customs? Yeah, this one. I love the black. The black color goes so well in Maelstrom, and I think Maelstrom looks better in those darker colors. Like it just looks, you know, the one from the Velocity X video game, that one's in a dark blue, right? I just see this thing racing at night all the time, right? It just is that kind of stealth racer, and this black color just looks fantastic on it. And actually, you know, this is a very promising sign because honestly, I did not know if these were going to, if this was going to be in good condition, especially with these track exclusives. You have no idea if these are going to be in good condition. So the fact that this one is in good condition means that the rest of the box likely will be as well. So yeah, this one's sweet. And then yeah, accelerators. I did watch your last video on the Maelstrom. Amazing, very good, very good, fantastic casting. It's so sad that this one's gone. Gone but never forgotten. And surprisingly, you know, I will say this. Can you make a video about Dollar Tree diecast cars? Linda, I'm going to do that on a live stream actually. One time. I'm going to do that because I bought some turbo wheels. So we're going to actually do that there. So this here is actually surprisingly good in the tracks. And I just wouldn't think that, like looking at it at first. Okay, second car. Oh, I know exactly which one this one is. Okay, so the White Heat, one of the coolest series from the mid 2000s. And this was when I was missing the 16 Angels in white. Ugh, the white and gold just complements each other so well. 16 Angels looks great in white. The other ones I have are more in purple. We can go, you know, talk through that later. But this is definitely a classic. I remember playing in this with on Suntrack Challenge. Ooh. This is a great colorway on it. I don't know, is it the best colorway out there? We're gonna have to look a little bit later in this stream. I'm gonna have to look at the red ones and the purple one I have and such. But this is back when the 16 Angels was metal on metal. Metal on metal. Insane. I think this car has a wheel variation that I saw too, by the way. So I wonder, I don't know if that's in this box or not. What a start, by the way. Look at those two. Oh, bangers. Absolute bangers. Okay, this one's next. Let's check this guy out. I did not buy this. I definitely did not buy this. So this is the Coyote, what is it called? The Coyote 500, yeah. It's a Matchbox fantasy casting. So this one right here is a color shifter, I think. It's a cool casting and such, but I do not remember buying this casting at all. But actually, eventually I'm gonna do a Matchbox Fantasy Castings live stream when I get a few other ones, and when the I think it's the Ridge Raider 2 comes out, which I'm super excited for that model. So when that comes out, we'll do like a whole live stream like this with Matchbox Fantasy Castings. But yeah, that is a decent model, but I don't remember buying that one. I really don't remember buying that one at all. Okay. Ooh, okay. I know this one. Oh, okay, so this one right here, this is a Super Blitzen from 2011. It's the first edition's Super Blitzen. I did not have the first edition. I had a version from like 2013, which is a nice version, but I think with this casting, this one in green and the recolor in yellow, I think those are the best versions of the Super Blitzen. So super happy to have this. And this green just fits this car perfectly. It just fits it perfectly. That big wing in the back looks so great. And this is back, now, I guess the wing is part of the base. So I guess this car could still come out. Like, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but like this car should still be able to come out, I think. Yeah, I think this is definitely like mainline worthy. This deco it just fits it, right? It fits it. Oh, it looks like Loop Coupe. Hey man. Actually, you know what? On Loop Coupe, we can look at that real quick because that's like right over my desk. That's in my desk display. Same idea where Loop Coupe has the wing that's like attached to the base piece, I believe. Yeah, man. This is... What a nice couple models right here. And Super Blitzen came out 2011, I think, or 2012. So it came like right before the dark ages of the fantasy castings in the mid 2010s. So this one right here, real winner. It's so cool. It's like finally have these some of these colors right here of these cars in my collection. I love this one. And tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I think this casting is now slept on. I think that the amount that I see this casting talked about in the circles is definitely gone down. That's the Overboard 454. Have I heard of Fast 4-Wheel Drive? Of course, Rocket League. Of course. So Overboard 454, one thing I think that is great about it is the fact that it came out in so many good colorways throughout the 2000s. So like you have those first edition that was in blue, you have the orange one as well. There's like a really great gray version, which I don't know if I have that in here, but maybe not. But they just came out with like clean deco after clean deco after clean deco on this casting in the 2000s. So this one really, you can get Carboy. What is up? Shout out to you, man. It does kind of look like the Dodge Charger concept. That's actually a great point. This is just like, actually I have that casting handy. Hold up. That is a good point. You're right about that. See that? The body's very similar. I never even really noticed that. I mean, this one's a little bit wider and flatter, but you know. Oh, it looks so cool. Yeah. So I love the black on this car. It looks very badass. Whereas like a lot of the other ones, they kind of went for like those 60s muscles car, 60s and 70s muscle colors. But this one right here, they kind of went with a more stealth. So this car right here, again, I think it's gone quite underrated over the past few years. I think this is not one you just see brought up every day. It's not one I see in like a lot of like drawings, and it wasn't in the Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 video game. Like it's kind of getting lost with time, which is kind of sad because this is a spectacular model. This one here should be probably in the top 25 maybe castings of the 2000s to me. Yeah. Hey, Shifter Plays, what is up? Rapid Transit looks like muscle tone. They do, and they do this kind of like modern muscle genre. They were releasing quite a bit of that, weren't they? You're definitely right about that. In the 2000s, Rapid Transit, Muscle Tone, this one. D-Muscle later on. Here, there we go. That's a little better. I don't know why the flash wasn't on before. Okay, let's see that one with the flash. Still around. It's in a Mystery Model set. Okay, so they did retool it. That's cool. I guess they would have had to retool it. But again, with those... Oh, wait a minute, though. Mystery Models. Here, correct me if I'm wrong. Are the Mystery Models the old tools, or are they retooled? I think they're retooled, right? Because I saw the Amazoom, and like that one now has a plastic body, whereas before it didn't. So I think they are retools, aren't they? For those castings. I think this is... Oh, I don't know what this is. Nah, it's not retooled. Oh, it's the same. Is that because where they're made, like kept like old tools, or is it just that Overboard just so happened to like qualify? Oh man, okay, I remember this one. So you're gonna be like, what? That's not a Hot Wheels. You're right, it's not a Hot Wheels. This is a Racing Champions. And this one's called, what is this called? It's called Surf Racer. It follows the 2 river roll. Ah, say, okay, gotcha. Surf Racer though. So I guess, they were looking, Racing Champions was like, hey, let's see, you see all these like cool cars that Hot Wheels are doing surfboards, why don't we do it? And this is what you got. This is what you get right here. Really cool. It kind of has like a backdraft kind of vibe to it, I would say. Backdraft is, I have backdraft handy right here. This is probably like, this is what I see the most in it. Really unique model. Honestly, I wonder how many other like original castings that Racing Champions has. Maybe this is something that like I need to look into a little bit more, because these are nice. Like it has a decent amount of weight to it. It's got some detailing. It's got a cool colorway to it. It's sweet. That Ray Ripper car is called Backdraft, Linda. Backdraft. Yeah, this is kind of like that. This does kind of look like the first Backdraft, doesn't it? MC12. Like, yeah, for sure. Man, that one's cool. I really like that. It's got music notes here. It says Surf Beat, and it's got music notes here on the side. What a unique casting, honestly. What a unique casting. And I think this one's actually almost on level of a Hot Wheels. Almost. It's got the weight of a Hot Wheels. but I think it's like it kind of has that it just has that design quality to it. Like whereas like I have other castings from other brands, I can bring those out later, but like I just don't think that they have quite the, you know, that's the technical design that a Hot Wheels has, a Hot Wheels Fantasy Casting has. So that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm happy with that one. My mom had a very small Hot Wheels collection when she was little, and her favorite was a Metal Flake Blue Camaro. Hey man, that's a great one. It's a wrap around the window. So this is next. This is also a 16 Angels. Now this one right here is the regular version of the Super Treasure Hunt. So I'm gonna pull out the Super Treasure Hunt. So this is from the first year, I think, that they did Super Treasure Hunts, or like one of the first years they did Supers. Because usually they used to just be like treasure hunts. Have I heard of the Hot Wheels Planes? No, not really. So here's the difference on that. So I just wanted like the regular version because it just has that, you know, it's a little bit lighter of a color. The red line tires are a bit more cohesive, I think, than the rubber tires version. And dude, this one looks great in blue too. Man, check that out. Honestly, this one has an argument that this one's better than this one. Like there's an argument there. There's definitely an argument there. Because also, I don't know if these Super Treasure Hunts have the Spectre Flame paint on them. I think it might just be dark blue paint. Is that Spectre Flame? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. And I'm not perfect at like spotting Spectre Flame and such. But dude, this one's great. This one's great. Have you ever got the Custom Mercury Cougar? I used to have, the Custom Mercury Cougar. The 2002, the one that looks like a tuner, right? MC12? It is Spectre Flame, just aged. Okay. Gotcha. All right, that's a great one. I'm really happy with that color. And I think now with the 16 Angels, with the ones maybe I'll show a little bit later in the stream, I think I'm pretty set on like my capsule collection of 16 Angels. Like I think these two, and then the purple one, the red one, I might be missing one more, but I think I'm pretty much set there. Okay. Oh, actually, that's actually funny that this one is the next one because it's literally the same. It's in the same boat. So this is the Drift King, and this is the normal treasure hunt of the Drift King. But again, I do have the super of the Drift King. So the colors here, this one, okay, now I can kind of see this one's more of like a Spectre Flame because this one's more like that blackish gray. Very similar to actually something like this. I think it's kind of like the same color. Can't really see it because of the glare, but this one's just like a straight up black. Just a straight up black. And actually I think it bounced, like this black, it like pops off of the body a bit better than it pops off of this like metal flake gray look. Oh man. Both wheels look great. I would say this one's almost equal. And this, by the way, is like, in terms, I don't have too many Super Treasure Hunts in Treasure Hunts. But this is my favorite fantasy casting Super Treasure Hunt out there. I love this one. I think the colors are great. I think the wheels go perfect with it. And I think this one's like pretty much on the same level. Like I think this one's probably the best version of Drift King. Like in general too. Put that one there. Because like the first editions are really nice on Drift King, and then this version is really nice, but I think it does go downhill pretty quickly when it comes to Drift King colorways. Oh! Sia Freeze, thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it. Shout out to you. So we got another Maelstrom, but this one in red. So I think maybe in the early 2000s, was this really a thing? Because I had like a bunch of different colors of Mega Duty. I had like a red, I had a blue, I had a gray. So I think there's also a white that I'm looking for, and I have the blue already. I think this deco right here, this just clean deco, is probably the best deco for Maelstrom for me. I have like a couple others. I got the Toy Fair version too, which is pretty cool. But I think these are just, I don't know, they just suit Maelstrom better. They just suit Maelstrom better. And this one right here, what I like about the red one compared to the black, I think I might like the black a little more, but what I like about the red one is that it does kind of accentuate the features just a little bit more. Time of Taxi, your first ever Hot Wheels. Oh my God, your first ever Hot Wheels was Time of Taxi. That wasn't that long ago that casting was released. That's an interesting casting though. Was Hot Wheels Unleashed car. I wanted a Hot Wheels after watching the first. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. Oh man. So this lot here, like, I got a lot of these cars for like a little bit less than $1. So I was like, okay, it's worth it. Like, I'll pay a little bit of extra shipping for the convenience, instead of like going to a flea market to try to find these. But like, this was one I was like chasing for a minute. This is the first colorway of the Paradigm Shift. And it's got that Nathan Proch right on the windshield there, which is really cool. Love the orange color, just really pops on this thing. And this is my favorite X Racer. I had it in my last video actually when I talked about like the underrated castings of every year. And this one right here, man, like this should be, for me, this is the best of the X Racers. And I don't think anybody really puts it up to that level. I think cars like Nerf Hammer, Fastum, they probably get more attention than something like this does, which I think is crazy. I love the big wing on it. I remember getting the first one of this for my collection back when I was a kid. It was in 2008. There was an X Racers 5-pack, and it was a that blue one reuses the Water Realm. Yeah. Oh, it does, really? Water Realm Jackhammer graphics? That's gonna have to be something I'm gonna have to do and look up later. But I remember the first one I got from an X Racers 5-pack. It was in a yellow and white colorway. You know, really, really stuck out. That big wing was just an eye catcher. I also had as a kid a green and yellow version. I think that might have also been from a 5-pack. But yeah, this thing got 5-packed pretty quickly. But this one's excellent. Probably shows a tech paradigm shift in Project Territory. Ah, okay. The only racer I got is the 360 Modena. Yes, and that 360 Modena was also in that 5-pack as well. It was the yellow version, the yellow see-through. So pretty cool. Who likes high voltage? Who doesn't like high voltage? Pretty cool hatch. Okay, so this one right here is Track Ripper, and the first edition Track Ripper. I think Track Ripper is a great casting. Now, I've had this in my collection before, but I had gotten rid of it, and I kind of regret it. So like that's why I was like, all right, let me just get this thing back in my collection. Really, really underrated model. It's a 2018 first edition. It's got that awesome piece where you can like, up in the front here, you can have that bumper like go up so you can put it through the loops. It's got a really good wing to it. It's it is like a true muscle sports car mix. And I think this one's a lot cleaner and a lot sleeker than GT Hunter, which is for me a little bit, I think it's just not as well rounded up a casting as this. I think the sleek look of this one just kind of makes it a little bit more cohesive. So for this one here, honestly, I don't know what the best colorway is. I don't know if this one is the best colorway. I don't think there's ever been a super great one. You had like the art car versions in white and black that came out I think in the next year. I had those for a while, but then I kind of like, I don't know. It does kind of have a Viper look to it. That is actually a great comparison. That is very true. So yeah, very underrated model right here. Really cool. I think in the 2010s, other than 2011, I think that 2018 probably had like the best class of fantasy castings. You had High Beam, you had Mach Speeder, you had Track Ripper, you had Exotique, you had, who else was in there? Cyber Speeder's okay, you had HW50, of course. So a really good class, actually, there. Some good depth to it, because they actually tried because of the 50th anniversary. Okay, next up. This is Mad Manga. Now, Mad Manga in red. So this first edition Mad Manga, I think this livery is very iconic. I do have the purple version as well. So I just kind of wanted to just have both, both colorways. I think this is a very good casting. Like this, what is this called? The Bozoka cars? I don't know how to pronounce that, to be honest, but with those big pipes coming out the back, really creative, really great. Bosozuko. Yeah. This one's excellent. It's, is it going to be great in the tracks? No, it's not. But in terms of like just having a cool casting, this one's excellent. Now, Mad Manga was in Hot Wheels Unleashed 1. I know that. wasn't it Hot Wheels Unleashed 2? I can't remember. I actually can't remember if it was or not. Oh, but yeah, Mad Manga, I think a 2012 new model, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 2011, 2012. So they were still kind of making, you know, cool, detailed, fancy castings sometimes then. But this one right here, oh, that one's cool. Mad Manga is actually excellent on the straights. Is it on the straights? Is it good? Okay, I could see that. I could see that. It's just during a loop. It's just not going to happen. Okay. We saw about muzzle tone earlier today. Let's oh, this is not muzzle tone. This is rapid transit. See, you literally had a comment earlier today about, or earlier in the stream about, oh, muzzle tone and rapid transit, they look so alike. And there you go, I just got them mixed up. So this one right here is a mystery models version. These came in the black boxes. So if you were a kid, like I was probably around like 9, 10 years old at that time. So man, there was nothing like those mystery packs. I got some of the coolest cars in my collection that I still have to this day from those mystery boxes, such as the Drift King that came out in gray. There was a gray Ford GTX1 I had in my collection that was really great. I had the black Ford Focus that was really cool. So there were some really good ones that came out in those mystery boxes. But this one right here, what a neat one. Rapid Transit. And again, just like what I was talking about the Overboard, this is another one I think has kind of gotten lost a bit in time. And I think this one was in Beat That. This one was in Stunt Track Challenge and Velocity X, and it was definitely in World Race 2. So it was in some some video games, but just within time it doesn't have that love, and I think that's why we didn't see these castings on Unleashed 2. But gone but never forgotten, I would say, on these sort of castings. Probably not the best version of this Rapid Transit. There is one that I like a bit more. I'll get that out a little bit later. But this one's really cool nonetheless. And it's cool to have a racing livery on this guy. 2004 new model, man. Dude, 2004, I talked about in the video, horrendous year for new models. But in terms of the diamonds that were in the rough, the Rapid Transits, the 16 Angels, the What 4.2s, the Asphalt Assaults, the Track Tunes, like really, really strong. Also, Engineering Adonis is a good one too, or Adonis or whatever you call it. That's a good one. Hated casting are only put, yeah, multi-pack hell, Carboy. That's what you're talking about there. I'm gonna take a whole video about that. Multi-pack hell, color shifters hell, it's a real thing. 5-pack hell, because those sets don't allow castings to really get to their full potential. I think really they're only going to get that sort of attention if they're going to be in the main line. So it never shows Unleashed 3. Yeah, Unleashed 3 is not going to happen, dude. I really don't think it's going to happen. That's my opinion, but I just don't think that they marketed the second one, unfortunately. I wish that was going to happen. Okay, so I did order this one. So, 16 Angels, White Heat, had a wheel variation. So, PR5s, 5 spokes. I like tuner cars. I love tuner cars. That is my bread and butter right there. Oh, but I love 16 Angels too. Slight difference in the color right here. Very slight. You can see just because I have the flash here. This one's more white than this one. This one's kind of like an off-white. This one's a pure white. So, right there, if you're thinking about getting the wheel variation of the 16 Angels in White Heat, do it, because there is a difference actually that I'm seeing here. How cool is that? Oh, that one's sick. And this is exactly, you like Teamsters, Linda. Oh, I know about them Teamsters. I got those Teamsters in the UK last year. I made a whole video about those. Teamsters are very hit or miss. So this is a perfect example of how wheels can make a car look completely different. I think this one with the PR5s makes it look a lot more muscular. These 5 spokes make it a lot more sporty in my eyes. A lot more sporty. So we'll put those guys next to each other. And why don't we put, yeah, so my 16 Angels collection is really getting fleshed out here. All right. Oh, you know what, with the 16 Angels, there's also a second Super Treasure Hunt of that one, isn't there? So I guess I have to get that one eventually. It's a gold one, isn't it? It's like a Christmas looking one. That came out like in the mid 2010s. Now that I think of it. Okay, this one's cool. 5SP. Oh, Linda, my goodness, you watched that video? Man, that's a true fans watching the Teamsters video. That was back when I first started my channel. That's before I did video essay content. Okay. This one right here is a Star Wars car, and usually I don't like these gimmicky cars, but HW Prototype 24 in black. Oh no. Okay, it came out. Okay, I thought it was stuck. But this black, like I just have to ignore this like Star Wars logo on it. It just fits this car really well. Really gives it that badass look that like a lot of the other colorways don't give it. It kind of has like a racy kind of deco on it usually, but this one right here kind of gives it that, you know, dark look to it. And it does kind of look like it could be a you know, a car or a spaceship almost for the Sith, doesn't it? It has that look to it. Sweet. Yeah, that's a neat one. That's a neat one. Actually, here, this is a cool combo. This is a cool combo right here. How about that? Rubbing alcohol. Yeah, I think so. I think that probably would need it because I don't like that Star Wars stamp. It's just one of those. Oh, this side doesn't even have it. It's only the one side. Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. That's a sweet one. All right. What's next? I have how many more cars do I have? 3? 3 more cars. 3 more cars. Okay, what is this? Oh, Ion Motors Thresher from Fast and Furious Spy Racers. So, Ion Motors Thresher, one of the coolest, I think a top 3 model from this show. This is a show that I'm trying to collect some more models from. I think if you like Battle Force 5, if you like Accelerate, if you like World Race, this is something that you should be looking into big time. I think they did a good job on a lot of these castings. I think that the people who designed that show, they had some great ideas in mind. And we got some great Hot Wheels through it. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get these cars recolored. Do I like Hot Wheels Customs? Yes, I do, Linda. And some of the later cars, dude, Acceleries, you have no idea. I've been trying to find that last mix on eBay, and I hope to God you don't buy it. Because when that thing comes up, man, I need to get it. I need to get that. That's like, that one's like my grail. That one and the Max Steel Super Seared Tuner in purple. Those two are those are the ones. I don't need much. I don't need all the extra, you know, super expensive cars, but those are the ones I want. And this one right here, yeah, I would love to finish this set. So underrated. If you're into Hot Wheels animated series, look at that one. So, great castings. I will say on the Ion Motors Thresher that the purple version is better. I would definitely say the purple version is better than this one, but this one's still good nonetheless. All right, 2 left. What is left here? Oh God. So for those of you at Carboy, I know you were on the live stream where I went through the Maisto Fantasy castings. So this is gonna kind of go into when I do like a part 2 of those. This big old chunky thing, that's gonna go in the next session, and we'll review that later. But that's gonna be a oh man, we're gonna go through some deep cuts. I'm like gonna be putting together a group of those. I'm gonna be putting together another dozen or so, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do another live stream with the Maisto Fantasy castings. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna make fun of some of them. We're gonna love some of them. It's gonna be a joyous ride. It is gonna be a joyous ride because I had so much fun on the last one. We're gonna do that again. That thing, I won't even put my, you know, two cents on it. All right, this is my last one. What is this last casting? Oh, Okay. Okay. I think this is another Racing Champions. Yes, it is. It's called the Troublemaker. So the Troublemaker. Oh, what? That's crazy. What the heck is that? Oh my god. So it's a backwards funny car. It's got like knockoff Ultra Hot Wheels. It has got an El Camino look to it. It looks fast as crap. And you know, Cardboard, when I saw this picture of this on there, I said, what is that? And the second thing is, that's going right into my collection. This thing right here, Troublemaker. Troublemaker. Check it out. It might be on eBay. I'm sure there are, because these Racing Champions, I got this thing for $1. These things can't be going for much. But I mean, here and here, this was happening there. This was happening at Racing Champions at one point in time. So maybe I need to do some research. How about this, guys? I'll do some research. I'll see if there's more cars. I'll buy some more, and we can do another live stream like this, and I can write them off my taxes. How about that? How about that? Oh my goodness. Does he? It literally has Goodyear and STP licensed tampos on it. This is like Contour Cars. You know, shout out to him. He's really, he was like the first guy. Like, I've always internalized these thoughts, but like he was like the first guy to kind of put them out there. That like some of these weird, wacky castings. What's up, Toll Covers? Some of those like weird, wacky castings, they really kind of like make you think, right? Challenge your imagination and such. And that's what I really like too. Like, I always kind of thought that. Now, he likes some of those cars that are off the deep end. Honestly, some of those cars he likes are a little bit too out of left field for me. But this one, you know, I think this kind of exemplifies that. And this is the cool thing about just kind of, you know, shopping around, perusing around, and seeing what you kind of like, you know, backdoor your way into. Really cool. Really, really cool. What a unique casting that is. See, this is why I want to do this on stream, because I don't remember buying these. I really don't. But I did. So these are the I guess it's 18 because of these two as well. But these are the castings. These are the castings right here. You know, this is just what a nice group right here we have. Got some depth in the 16 Angels collection. Got the other, you know, Mad Manga we wanted. Got some depth for the overboarded. The main Paradigm Shift casting. Got Track River back in the collection. Depth on the Maelstroms. Yeah, it was successful. Definitely a successful haul here. So shout out to the seller on eBay, because really I bought all these between 80 cents and like $1.10. You know, plus the shipping. It was good. Yeah. So let's go through. I think let's walk through a couple of these models here. You know, pull a couple more versions of some of these castings. I'm thinking specifically 16 Angels. I think that's one that we definitely can talk about. I definitely want to talk about Rapid Transit a little bit. Paradigm Shift. This is my accent, man. So, okay, let me pull some of those, and we can talk about those. All right, let's start with 16 Angels. So, I think really the key versions for me are the metal on metal ones. So this one's really cool. It's a 5-pack exclusive. I think it's a Flames 5-pack if I'm not mistaken. But this red one, and then here, I'll bring this one to frame 2, the first edition. These two, like the version in Beat That is kind of like a combination of these two, no? Because I don't think that the version in Beat That actually came out as like an actual model. I think it was kind of like a custom. So it's kind of in between those. Metal on Metal 16 Angels just hit different, because here, I'll show you. I do have the version that was in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. The non-treasure hunt version. That's this guy. And it definitely lost some of its aura, didn't it? It definitely did. Like, it went with the original colors of the 16 Angels and all that, but it just doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't hit the same. So, you know, really excellent. I think these, of course, the Super that I had earlier. This is your. I think those are your best versions. If you ask me, like, what are the most essential versions to have? I think these are it. I really do. And I think that might be, going forward, that might be my collection of 16 Angels. Oh, nice. Good stuff. Okay. I'm going to talk about Rapid Transit. Let me get my favorite version. You know, it's Rapid Transit, wide, menacing, real, you know, badass kind of car. And I think this one right here, this Bones version, which I think this, if I'm not mistaken, this was the beat that version. I think this is definitely the best one I've seen. And actually, I saw a customizer do this with the coal molds, the Scorchers type wheels, and it fit it perfectly. It was with the red, you know, red rim around it. Just awesome. And this car just looks like it's just burning alive. Actually, this is kind of sinister. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's a man on fire. It's like a man burning to death. That's actually kind of terrible. I'm not gonna lie. We can pretend that it's a skeleton that's using fire. Okay, how about that? Yeah, what a good one. Yeah, I mean, this is just a great color on it too. You know, this version here, in the green deco with the, you know, matte black hood, which is really cool, with the purple. It pops, right? It pops, and it definitely has that kind of more. I think this is like more of a, not a concept car look, but more of like a street car look. And this one right here is just, you know, this is the deco. You know, people are gonna turn heads. They're gonna break their necks looking back at this one, aren't they? So, man, what a cool one. Now, you want me to compare this to Muscle Tone? I will happily do that. Let me get my Muscle Tone. So let's compare it with this version, actually, because this version actually has some tampos painted in. This is from the Hot Wheels Originals line. So I think when you compare these two, Rapid Transit is a little bit more muscular, and Muscle Tone's a little sportier. That's kind of the conclusion I would come to on that. The hood's much more aggressive. I think Rapid Transit would have a bigger engine, would be my guess here. You even look at the width of the castings. Rapid Transit is a slightly wider car than Muscle Tone. Muscle Tone is a little bit more round, has a little bit more curved features. Muscle Tone a little bit more boxy. I mean, Rapid Transit a little more boxy. A little bit more details on the back on Muscle Tone as well. Because, like, I didn't even know Muscle Tone, and that's why I wanted to pull this one. Yeah, it actually has a place for the license plate, which is really, really cool. Rapid Transit, you wouldn't really be able to, you know, come to those, you know, decals like we painted in. But I do like how it has a gas cap. That's cool. Really neat. Really, really neat castings. Rapid Transit's just, again, one that's kind of getting lost with time. And that's sad. That is definitely sad. Because that's one of the top castings from the mid-2000s, for sure. Okay. What is another one I wanted to kind of talk about here? A little bit more. We can talk about Overboarded. Let's talk about Overboarded. Where is my Overboarded? I'm looking at my wall here. Can't find these Overboardeds. Overboard. My bad. Overboard. Oh, there we are. Okay. So this is. Also, I want to pull one of the factory sealed ones I have. Okay. So, when we talk about Overboard, so these were those first colors: blue, Orange, very similar to 60s and 70s muscle casting colors, like real life muscle car colors, right? Very similar. Shiny paint jobs and such. Stripes on the hood, very muscle, right? Very old school muscle. Obviously, they're trying to do a more, modern take on it. Look at, by the way, it looks like it's almost like looking straight at you with those headlights. That's cool. Yeah, really cool casting, right? But then, in these code cars, they did it a little bit sleeker. They did it a little bit more, they're clean. Do I watch Contour Toy Cars? Oh, of course. I don't really watch him. I listen to him. Overboard 454. I love this gray. I think this gray is just so sleek on this thing. And then gray with like a black accent, a red accent. Those are really beautiful accents to a gray car. I think they just look so great. Yeah. So that one's a big winner. The only reason I'm keeping that one sealed is it's factory sealed, and like I'm sure I'll come across one of those one day I'll be able to open, so I'll just keep that one sealed as an example. But yeah, Overboard, really underrated casting now. I mean, I don't know, maybe one of you guys know this, like they had in the Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, they had that poll, right, in the top 25 cars, like most of them got into the game. Overboard wasn't on that list. Do we know what the results were from like number 26 to 50? Like I want to know some of those cars that just missed the cut. I want to know which ones they went on, because I think, Crazy Ace didn't make that game, Side Draft didn't make that game, Overboard didn't make that game. There was a lot of cars that didn't make that game. And I kind of want to see where they kind of stack up. Because, for example, a car like here, let me show you. And I love this car, by the way. But like, I didn't realize a car like Way Too Fast was as popular as it was. I did not realize that. And it scored very high in the rankings. It was very, very high up there. Super Blitzen is another one. I did not realize Super Blitzen, even though, again, I like this casting a lot. I didn't really know it had that profound impact that it did, And I'm surprised that a casting like Way Too Fast is over something like Crazy Eights, It's insane to me. That's insane. So, like, I just like to know, like, what is that general consensus of like some of these castings in the community? That's what I definitely would like to know. So, anyways, so that's just some thoughts there on that. Anything else I kind of want to talk about here? We definitely can do some questions. Yeah, it's crazy. It was the biggest shocker. I have Super Tsunami Linda. That is my channel mascot, at least for now, isn't it? So, shout out to you. Super Tsunami is certainly up there with my favorites. I don't know if it is my favorite, but it might definitely grow to be if I, stick with it as my channel mascot. So, it's a good one. Oh, one that I'm shocked didn't also like get into that game? One casting I just don't understand. How in the world did this thing not get into Hot Wheels Unleashed 2? How did Diesel Boy not get in? Now, granted, if they would have put this thing in the game, they probably would do the retool, and the retool is nowhere even close to as good as this one. This is the one from the Beat That, right? But this one right here, man, this is one of the signature cars from the Beat That. This is a top 5 car from Beat That in terms of signature, that signature look. I'm shocked that this one didn't get voted in. And not only does the retool look bad, but the retool didn't come in any good colors either. So it's kind of like, it needs to be not only, the retool can be bad, but sometimes the colors can like kind of save it. But this one just, no saving to it. No saving at all. No saving. Hold up. Put those together. Yeah. I guess anything else we want to look into tonight? Anything else we want to talk about here? I definitely, if you guys haven't, put some questions in that community tab. Even if you want to put multiple questions in there, you know, I'm pretty much going to be answering every question that's going to be put in that community post with 1,000 subs. So, you know, I can definitely do those questions live in an actual video. What about the blings? So the blings was 2004, right? So that was the same year that you had the hard noses, you had the fat backs, you had the cruises. I think that the blings are better than those, of course. I think a casting like Rocket Box is solid, but do I want them in the main line? You know, now? No. That's not something that I think long term is good, and I wouldn't have put 10 of them, you know, in there. Sharp Bite or Gotta Go. I'm not a big fan of Gotta Go. It's like a toilet on wheels. I get it was cleverly done, but not my thing. Shark Bite for me. Oh man, MC12 here. Pontiac Rages, Chrysler Product, Chrysler Thunderbolt. Dude, these are castings that are getting lost with time. These castings actually, I call them pseudo fantasy castings at this point in time. These guys are like pseudo fantasy castings. Because I think that the licensed car community treats them like they're fantasy castings. Yeah? Shout out to you, 289 Diecast. I see you. Yeah. I think they treat them as fantasy as fantasy cars. So here's my, you know, proposition to all you guys. Let's embrace these guys. Let's embrace these cars. They were part of our favorite, you know, movies and such. So why not bring them into the community here? We will happily take these guys in. I will happily take these guys in. What a cool look this one is, by the way. Man. I need to get that first edition back. What are your thoughts on Mitsubishi double shots? That casting is a problem. That casting is crazy. That casting is insane, man. What a casting that is. You know, when we talk about those design challenges, let me get the Lotus Concept and the HW40 before I go into this. Let me get those. I think those are important to bring out because we are talking about a very lost part of Hot Wheels history here. Where are my Lotuses? I have dropped my Lotus collection quite a bit, so where are they? Where are my Lotuses? There they are. Okay. Great. So, these guys right here, man, Mitsubishi Double Shots is a crazy casting. Crazy casting. Definitely casting I need to get in this version. Like with a Como wheel, with a cool premium paint job. Because these cars right here, now, okay, not every one of these are good. Dude, we're almost at 20 people. That's fire, man. So, I need to get more of these, for sure. Need to get more of those. I don't think the Honda Racer is good. I don't think the Chevrolet is that great. Who else is in there? Mitsubishi Double Shots, the HW40, and the Lotus Concept to me are my top three. The Dodge XP is not for me either. I think that one's just kind of okay. What else came out at that time? I think it was 8 of them, wasn't it? Was it 6 or was it 8? I don't remember. So, what do I think about the Street Rodder casting? Street Rodder. Hold up. Is that a casting that got renamed by any chance? Yeah. Can't wait for the FD2 Honda Civic. That's the one that's coming out in Fast and Furious, I think, right? I think with that set, I'm just gonna buy it on wholesale. So I think there's, I think that one has enough good models. Heist Honda Civic. Oh yeah. I mean that's a classic. And what's crazy is that in that same mix, they're doing the Lancer too. Aren't they releasing the Del Sol? The Del Sol from Spy Racers? To be fair, they could have put the High Civic when they made the Fast and Furious mainline. Yeah, I agree. That black looks so good. Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing. We have to be, hold up. Hold up here on that, hold that thought. To be fair, I know it's not the same. It's not the same Honda Civic, I get it. But this is very close. That's very, very close. We might not want to admit it, but that's very close. So they did put this one in the main line. So if you did want to kind of have one to beat up, bang around, because that Civic's gonna go for crazy money. That's why I'm gonna buy it wholesale. This is gonna go for crazy, crazy money very, very quickly after it's released. So this guy right here could be a good alternative for you. Love that one in black, fantastic. I love how they retooled this, brought this thing back. It's just, you know, silver frame dropped in, you know, my guy for fancy casting. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. There's a lot of good YouTubers though who are making videos on that. And actually, what's really exciting, and I hope this is true, is that there's some people that have been DMing me, you know, on either on Discord or on Instagram, or, you know, leaving comments saying, man, I want to make my own YouTube channel, you know, and such. And I would say, totally do it. We definitely need your guys' content out there. We definitely need your guys' content. So definitely, you know, make a YouTube channel. If you guys have that hunch, this is your sign to make a YouTube channel and, you know, make some videos. You know, more opinions are good opinions, especially when we're talking about our fantasy community. You know, definitely like a long-term goal of mine is to kind of, as I grow and I hopefully get better with my videos, is that I would like to, you know, help, you know, smaller channels kind of get them off the ground and kind of get our voice in this community a little bit louder. You know, I know it's growing certainly, but I'd like to get it a little bit louder, right? Do I like the Speed Racer line? Oh yes, I do like the Speed Racer line. I do like the Speed Racer line indeed. Let me show you a couple that I have here handy. So I've got I'm not one to collect every single version. And I have some more, but they're in kind of like cases in my closet, but you know, the Mach 4, 5, and 6. So what's really cool about the 6 is this one right here is from the water, like it's like a water double raceway track set. And that's why it has this kind of cool blue look to it with the blue wheels. Pretty unique, right? You know. So maybe I'll get like this version in a clean version, but I like this one. This is the one I had. These two I had as a kid, which is really cool. And they've actually stayed in pretty good condition. B Engineering Endless. Underrated license casting. Absolutely. Fuji Hexagon. Yes, Fuji Hexagon. It is, I'll tell you, on what were you just talking about there? That the Adonis, Endinus, or whatever it's called. Sick casting. Fantastic casting. Thoughts on Time of Taxi? Not talked about enough, but it's Datsun with cool modifications. There was just something missing with that Time of Taxi. It's such a unique casting, but you know what? Here was the problem. When I first saw that casting, I thought it was a taxi, not a cool Japanese, you know, twisted taxi like I think it's trying to go for. For some reason, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of like a taxi. It's a good casting. It's a good casting. Is it one that I really want to go back to too much? Not necessarily. Why don't you do Pokemon at all on Hot Wheels lines? Maybe the Hot Wheels character cars or racerverse car line. Why don't you Pokemon on Hot Wheels cars? Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool, but dude, you know, though, that would actually open Pandora's box, though, because I think a lot of Scalpies that are in that Pokemon community might come into the Hot Wheels, and I don't know. I don't know if that'd be good. Oh, Control. Oh, thank you, Control. Appreciate it. Has a wagon version called Time Shifter. And even Time Shifter, I think the issue with Time Shifter was the fact I didn't love any of the decos. I think that kind of holds me back on Time Shifter a little bit. And then also, Time of Taxi and Time Shifter, and maybe this is just a theory of mine here, the castings that were made in the mid-2010s are just built a little bit differently than like the fancy castings that came before it, and then the ones that have been built in the 2020s. I think the 2020s are much better castings than the ones in the mid 2000s. Like they feel like cars, where some of these castings here feel very rushed, cheaply done, you know, a little bit goofy looking, a little bit more whimsical, we could say. Just not really, I don't know. I just don't think that they came out with like that great of a version. Same with the Panons. The Panons GTR, cool car. Was in Speed Machines. Sick casting. A lot of good colorways actually on that one too, which is good. I do like that one. I do like that one. I need to get one back in my collection. I just had the one from my childhood at the moment. Tantrum is my favorite. One of your favorites? Yeah, Tantrum is so underrated. So underrated. Time Tracker is like the Ford Falcon. Time Tracker is like the Ford Falcon. Time Tracker. Hold up, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Time Tracker, that's a mid-2010s casting, right? Hold up. Time Tracker. Oh, I gotta put Hot Wheels. Hold on. Hot Wheels. What is this one? Oh, it's the one with the big wing. The issue with that casting is it looks so damn plasticky. And it didn't come in any good colorways. Time a Taxi is based off a Toyota Crown. Yes, I could see that. I could see that at least. There are some underrated licensed cars that are forgotten about. You know, maybe I should do a video on that. Underrated license castings. But then I kind of did that in my last video a little bit. But yeah, there's definitely some that like people was just like thrown out to the wayside. Maybe, you know what I'll do a live stream of is like some of the concept cars, the Chrysler Thunderbolts, the Pontiac Rageses of the world. You know, the Ford GT90s, these type of cars. All those Scalpies hunting the hypothetical Pokemon cards, yep. I love Stalker, but I always hate how it's X-Racers. On Stalker, though, I think with the look that it has, the build that it has, that short, stocky kind of build, it probably fits the X-Racers better. Whereas you have something like Circle Tracker, which Circle Tracker is more of a casting that it's got that metal body to it, so it actually fits the main line a little bit better. Like if you like stock car, I don't know why you wouldn't like Circle Tracker. Talk about the Tomica Fantasy castings. Okay, with Tomica Fantasy castings though, aren't they just more so like character cars? Oh, you know what though? The person who liked the stock car, one version to look into would be that what are those called? The ones that you would put onto this portal and they would like plug the game into the TV. I forget what those are called, and they kind of came in these like shiny decos. That version actually isn't see-through, so that could be one that you could actually look into a little bit there. I don't remember what that stock car is from, but that's the one. It's silver and it's kind of got like a chrome look to it and black. That's a good one. Look into that one if you haven't already. Compare the Nissan 300ZX with the original design called. Ooh, okay. MC12. You got my mind going a little bit there. Hold up. I agree with you. Let's do that. Let's do that on the stream. Let's look at that because here's the cool thing about that casting. I've got 3 of them. I've got a bunch of these Nissan Z's. Hold up. So let me pull that one. Let me just pull a mainline one. That's probably the most fair. And then I got the 300ZX with the opening doors. And I've got another version. Okay. Let's look at these. Let's look at these. So, the 90s. Look at those versions. 3 done completely differently. So this Nissan 300ZX, is this a Corgi? Is this an old Corgi? This is what my mind is thinking. Is this a Corgi? I don't remember. Audacious underrated. Audacious is so underrated. That is a dude. 289 diecast. That's a shout. That's a shout right there. One of the coolest hatch castings that we have. This one right here is excellent. Boxy. It's a little bit too high of a stance. Opening doors, heavy, great casting, right? Details here on the inside. It's got that tennis racket or badminton rackets there on the inside, which is really cool. Really sweet. What a cool looking car. Nissan 300ZX. Hot Ones wheels. Opening doors. Still metal on metal. Doesn't have any detailing on the interior really. But very unique car. Left side drive. What is this one here? Yeah, also left side drive. Yeah. So, really sweet. A little bit lower of a stance on this guy. Sweet paint job. Yeah, that one definitely was like a must keep for me. And now we've got this guy. Obviously the most well technically designed car, but doesn't have the weight to it. Also, you know, in terms of when we look at the when we look at the charm, I think this one maybe kind of lacks the charm that the other ones do have, but this one right here are sweet. This one is fantastic. The windows are really, the sunroof is just a real eye grabber to me. And actually seeing one of these cars in real life is always a treat. Love this thing. So really a big fan of that one. So yeah, really interesting. I think this casting, and especially when you look at some of the colorways, they've done a lot of good colorways on this guy. A lot of good colorways. Excellent job there. And then of course now let's pull out the this one. You also gotta have that one out there, right? Now this one right here, to be honest with you, when I saw it in the pictures, like, oh, it's so cool. I can't wait to have this one. Then I got it in my collection. I'm kind of like, it's nice, but it's not as crazy as I thought it might have been, to be honest with you. It's good though. It's a good casting. I think, you know what I don't like about it? I just don't like the white wheels. Because if you're gonna have plastic and you got white, it's just like, I don't know. But it's a good casting. It's a good casting. I really do like the width of this casting though. I like how wide it is. It has a great body to it. Okay. Didn't know. Hot Wheels made a version of Saturn Ion. Yes. And they had about only 3 colorways, if I'm not mistaken, on that Saturn, correct? And they had one that was like really, really clean. I guess that was the first one. And it's kind of hard to find, actually. Do I like the Team Transport? I did like Team Transport. I occasionally like Team Transport right now, but here's the thing. It's like, I don't need all those trucks. And this is something I'm going to talk about in my next video is a Q&A, but the one after that is going to be tips for new collectors. And I think with Team Transport, and especially those, they've gone up and up and up and up and up on price. And I think that is a big problem. And there's so many of them now. Like I can't collect all of them. I can't justify paying so much money for a Team Transport when I really just want the car, not the truck. So I'm gonna pay $10 more for a set just because I want the car, and then I get the truck in it that sometimes I do want, sometimes I don't want. Like I have about, I think, 10 trucks from the Team Transport in my collection right now, and like I'm good with that number. I'm good with that number. Like for example, I won't be getting that new Team Transport with the Fiat. The Fiat truck and the Ferrari, like I won't be getting that. I won't be getting it. Have I heard the Pontiac Salsa? Oh, that's a deep cut. That's a deep 90s cut. Pontiac Salsa unfortunately got the final run guillotine to it. Very unique casting. Really weird stuff that Pontiac was doing at that time. I guess they were trying to, you know, stay afloat. I'm mostly buy the J import ones, otherwise I'll pass. Maisto still makes a Saturn, Pontiac, and Buick. Yeah, dude, Spruce, they make the Buick LaCrosse, right? Like castings like that. Really just odd stuff. Saturn. What Saturn castings do they make, Maisto? Because I've had some in my collection. They had this, dude, it was like one of the ugliest minivans I've ever had in my life, but I loved it. Maisto. What was it? Oh, it was the Saturn CVI concept. Oh my god, that thing's brutal. It's so brutal, but it's so great. What do they have for Pontiac? Pontiac, they had the Pontiac Piranha, right? They had the Piranha, they had the Solstice concept. Yeah. Really wacky stuff. What's this one? Pontiac Rev EV. That's right, the Rev EV as well. And the Rev EV is really chunky, isn't it? Yeah. Really cool, weird castings that Maisto makes. That's why I like it. What is your opinion on the Scion TC? The Scion TC. Oh, that's that thing? That's what that's called? Cool casting, cool car, kind of forgotten about. Definitely one that could be modded. I'd be interested in that thing becoming a Hot Wheels. Why not? Especially like the 2000s ones. It's kind of cool. It's boxy. Little speedster, little roadster. Yeah. It's sweet. It's cool. It's cool. Very 2000s. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to do... Any last questions? You know, definitely, like I said, if you guys haven't already, you know, put in my community posts some questions and I'll answer them in the actual official 1,000 subscriber Q&A. 380 SEL is beautiful. Oh, it is. That's a good casting. Those Mercedes they made in the 90s were pretty nice. Pretty nice. Also very 2000s, the Matchbox cartoon cars. Oh, you're talking about Score Bunny. You're talking about the Hero City cars, aren't you? I'm not the biggest fan of the the Hero City ones, even though I do have like a slight nostalgia for them. Yeah. What's the best modern tune car? Okay, you're talking about tune cars from the from back in the day. Not back in the day, from the last couple of years. Manga Tuner. Manga Tuner is my favorite. I think Manga Tuner is really nice. I think a lot of the other ones look a little weird. The Porsche looks a little weird. The twin mill doesn't look very good. You know. Scion XB. Yeah. They did make one of those and it was an X-Racer, wasn't it? They also, Matchbox made an XB and it's really big. It's like a big Scion casting. Matchbox fancy casting suck. I disagree. Linda, you're going to have to come into my... when I do that live stream, when the Ridge Raider 2 comes out, we're going to talk about the Matchbox Fancy castings. Because you don't... Hey, man, Baja Bullet, Quicksander. There's some bangers in there, man. There's some absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. Castings. The original Ridge Raider. The new off-gen Warrior. Like, there's some... They got some dogs, man. They got some dogs. Malibu Marauder. Yes, that's a great one. Malibu Marauder is great. Yeah. But yeah, and they have a lot of, you know, the armored truck is really cool. I think they got some good ones, man. I think people are sleeping a little too much. Now, I'm not saying Matchbox should focus on fancy castings. They absolutely should not. But they, you know, They should, you know, put one in every other, you know, one in a year. Give us a little bone, yeah? Give us a little bone. Okay. I think I'm going to end that at this point. Thanks all of you guys for joining, really. I had a great night tonight, hanging out with you guys, walking through some really cool castings. I know that you guys have some of the same passion of these castings that I do, so always fun to hang out with you guys. We'll do more of these in the future for sure. I'll probably do them every other week or, you know, every couple of weeks on a Friday night, a Saturday night. We can come on here and we can talk about these things because, you know what, they're fun to talk about. It's fun to talk with you guys here live. So thank you guys all for your time today. Have a great night. Have a great morning if you're coming from Asia. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will come out in about a week. Yeah? Thanks so much again for the 1,000. Much love. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for being, and yes, God bless all of you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye now.